That night, when Aisha Khan was standing quietly in a corner at her mother-in-law's golden anniversary, she had no idea that just a little while later, her entire life would turn upside down. Not only would her fate change, but for the first time, her whole being would feel its true power. Starlight Grand Hall, Sheikhpur's most expensive, most exclusive banquet hall, was glowing under moon-like chandeliers. Everything there was excessive. Crystal glasses, gold-trimmed plates, the fragrance of white orchids, and the egos of those few people who believed themselves to be the true rulers of the city. Aisha lowered her eyes toward her simple gray silk sari, which she had stitched herself, trying her best to make it perfect. Every fold was a mark of her hours of effort. She had saved pocket money for 2 weeks to buy the lace for the border, because her husband, Daniel, always said, "Money is tight, please don't do unnecessary shopping." Aisha listened to everything. She was a loyal wife. But when her eyes wandered across the party and landed on Mrs. Rahim and Mrs. Hyder, who were drenched in emeralds and rubies, a small sting pierced her heart. Was she really worth so little? Danielle was shining from across the hall. Perfect tailored tucks, slick hairstyle, and that forced smile that made him the rising business star of the city. But Aisha knew, behind the curtain, Daniel was a completely different man, controlling, cold, and ruthless. Her mother-in-law, Begum Nahida, was roaming the entire hall like a queen. For people like her, events like these were opportunities to display power, and Aisha, to her, always appeared like a servant. Aisha took one more step forward to quietly congratulate her mother-in-law, but Begum Nahida deliberately shoved her hard. The juice glass slipped from Aisha's hand and crashed onto the marble floor. The sound of shattering crystal froze the whole hall into sudden silence. Everyone's eyes locked onto Aisha. Her throat dried. She was always shy, always careful, always meek, and tonight she stood exposed in front of everyone. "Oh God, she can't give us a single day of peace," Begum Nahida said loudly on purpose so everyone could hear. "This girl has no sense. She has dragged our honor into the dirt." Then Daniel appeared, and his face twisted as if the biggest crime in the world had just been committed. "Are you in your senses?" Daniel barked, so loud that some people stepped back. "You can't even hold one glass? Should I kick you out of the house without teaching you even this basic thing?" Aisha quietly said, "Daniel, Mother—" "Shut up!" Daniel grabbed her arm with such force that Aisha gasped. "Stop this drama. Come on, get out of here." This time, there was no sympathy, no shock, only approval. Among rich people, keeping poor wives like trophies was a trend. As long as they looked beautiful and well-behaved, keep them. Otherwise, discard them. 2 security guards immediately arrived. "Take her to the car and lock it. She shouldn't come out without my permission." Aisha didn't resist. Her eyes were full. She felt like her life had ended right there. As soon as she was locked inside the back seat of the black Mercedes, her control shattered. She wanted to scream and cry. She hit the tinted glass like a rod. "Daniel, please." But then a voice stopped her tears. The driver, old, quiet, always low profile, Nahim Chacha. His voice, for the first time, was firm and composed. "Aisha Beti, stop crying now. It's time for you to know the truth." Aisha whispered, "Astaghfirullah," wiped her eyes. "What do you mean?" The driver looked at her through the rearview mirror, as if, for the first time, he was addressing her with her true status. "Your father, Mr. Burhan Qureshi, whom you believe to be a small, retired musician, is actually the original founder and sole owner of Sheikhpur Infrastructure Group." Aisha's mind went blank. "What? My father? All this is his?" The driver nodded. "Yes. When you got married, he placed everything into a blind trust, under your name. But he forbade telling you to test whether Daniel loved you or only your status. Aisha could not believe it. But father never told me. Never. He wanted to test your trust. Tonight at 12 a.m., the trust activated, and the documents are on the front seat of this car. The driver lifted a brown folder and handed it to Aisha. On the first page, it said, Registered owner, Aisha B. Qureshi, Sheikhpur Infrastructure Group. Her breath stopped. The driver calmly said, Daniel still thinks he is the owner, but his CEO contract expired tonight. Now he's not even an employee. He is nobody. Aisha's pain, her humiliation, her 10 years, all froze like ice in one moment. And from within that frozen storm, one thing rose clearly. Revenge. The driver saw that revenge in her eyes and softly said, Beti, now the decision is yours. What do you want to do with Daniel? Aisha remained silent for a long time. Then she slowly spoke, for the first time feeling her true power. Drive straight to the main entrance of Starlight Hall. The driver smiled. Yes, madam. And the car turned back toward the palace-like building from where Aisha had been forcefully thrown out earlier. But this time, she was returning as the owner. Her life's greatest revenge was about to begin.